Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Oki Tri Jatmiko. I am from Public Speaking Class F, Department of English Education. So in this video, I would like to make a lecturing video about public speaking as a final exam assessment. So enjoy the video. The first item I want to talk about is what is public speaking? Public speaking is a verbal communication activities that carried out directly in public or in front of a group of people. For examples, you want to make a presentation in front of the class or deliver a speech in conference pairs, just like that. In the process of learning and deepening, public speaking itself, of course, requires tips and tricks to make the learning activities become easier and certainly not deviate from the learning objectives. So, what are the tips and tricks of in proficient public speaking? I already prepared 4 tips and tricks. First is know the audience target well. What does it mean? The material to be delivered first, so that your goals in speaking are achieved and the listener understands what is being conveyed in speaking. In speaking, of course, we want what we are talking about that will be conveyed clearly and understood, as well as interesting and not make you sleepy. Make the audience sleepy. The intention is simple, just to make all the parties involved feel comfortable and happy during the activity. Just that simple. For example, you want to tell the audience about the dangers of eating puffer fish if it is cooked wrong way. Of course, you have to know the causes of this fish to be dangerous, how to anticipate the dangers of this fish, and you also have to adjust the wording as comfortable as you like to talk as usual. And the second, we I already prepared arrange the important points to be conveyed. Arrange big points in the whole material to make it easier to remember. Of course, in this case, you need to master the material in determining the main points in your material. This is so that our discussion will not be long or even out of topic of the main material. And the third is prepare tools if needed. Tools. Tools in this case is not like a screwdriver or maybe something like that. It's not that kind of tools. It's just like me. I using a PowerPoint. This is the tools of making a public speaking. But you keep in mind that this tool is only a support. Do not write too much, too many words in your presentation slides, so that the audience focuses is not divided between reading the writing on the slides or listening to your presentation, just like me. I already said I use Microsoft PowerPoint to help me deliver material on public speaking as a guide to prevent me from speaking that seems off the topic. But you also can use the other tools, just like Google Slides, Microsoft Word, or the other electronic tools you have. And the fourth is pay attention. Non-verbal, sorry, pay attention to non-verbal aspects. Practice as if you were already on stage or in front of a crowd. Should not be fixated on our material alone. Must be able to read the situation and conditions. Always pay attention to the volume of your voice, intonation, tempo, eye contact with the audience, to the standing position. Practice in front of the mirror. It's so helping. So you can see yourself while doing public speaking. You can see what is the proper way, what is the comfortable way to delivering your material. Or maybe you can also record your practice as material for self-evaluation, so you can find the better way to make your presentation or your public speaking activities to be better. But the most important thing is to be confident. If you're not confident, even you already practices about 1,000 times, if you're still not confident, everything is just a nonsense. And the next is, what is the purpose of learning public speaking? I think learning public speaking is so important for all people, especially the young men like me. It is so important because this is one of the rich rich skills for me. Almost all professions requires public speaking skills, especially lecture, teachers, trainers, and maybe people who work in management positions like director, manager, supervisor, or maybe a human resource department. But those who absolutely must have public speaking skills is just like I said before, lecturers, teachers, trainers, and presenters, and religion religion people like yai, priest, father, and politicians too, members of parliament, and even formal leaders like RT, RW, until president. All of them must be skilled in speech. Even an ordinary people must have speaking skills if they intend to find a job someday. Of course, it is clear to visualize us how important speaking skills are for all circles. So there is no reason of you don't learning public speaking, because it is so important. Maybe several of you asking about, what is the purpose of public speaking? We already talked about the purpose of learning public speaking, but what is the purpose of it? The public speaking. I have 5 purpose of public speaking here. First is delivering information. It's a general purpose of communication, including public speaking. The information conveyed can be in the form of policies, programs, projects, ideas, thoughts, research results, instructions, or maybe a private information that who you're talking to must be understand and directly understand from you. Second is influencing. It is to change and influence the public in thinking and acting. It's not just the speakers at the seminar who use this goal. Other jobs such as sales marketing or maybe sales of a product that aims to influence consumers in using the products they sell, or maybe a service, they can use these skills. A good and proficient speaker is a speaker who can influence the public or audience to follow the thoughts that will be applied in future material and are very convincing. This is also what is meant by effective communication. And the third is express opinion. In accordance with the thoughts of the speaker, it will be easier for you to express your opinion if you have navigated the audience in thinking and changing the speaker way of thinking. In the case of a salesman, when the salesman presents his product, he is already at the stage of influencing and expressing opinions, so that the main goal is to create or sale or purchase. Public speaking can be used to change the situation or atmosphere to just like when there is a work disaster that causes everyone to panic. You can use your public speaking skills to calm the situation so everyone in there can think to get out of the disaster. So maybe it's like a heroic skills, just call it like that. Or the atmosphere of the first meeting was quiet and became crowded because there were speakers who were able to liven up the atmosphere either through stories, materials, or the way that they were delivered. And the fourth is motivating. It is a generally public speaking um, purpose, a motivator to the audience or a leader to subordinates. The best goal in public speaking is to motivate the audience in a more positive direction. Of course, we often listen to various kinds of motivators on television and other programs. This motivator will voice his thoughts very loudly and passionately so that it will influence the audience in thinking and make him more excited to live his life. And the fifth is entertaining. Most people like to be entertained. Any other people. You can watch more and more television shows that over entertainment programs such as comedy talk shows and comedy shows, or never mind. New comedians have also emerged with their own characteristics. Currently, a popular new genre in the entertainment world is stand-up comedy. One person who speaks in public with the intention of making an audience laugh. When performing on stage, you can use humor, whether it's funny stories, body language, or funny facial expressions to entertain your audience. This will reduce the gap between you and your audience. Okay, I think that's all that I can say to you and I can explain. Hope it's helping you to increase your public speaking skill. Thank you for watching and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.